Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Rabbit Hole. This is Cavehill, coming in at a 47.5% ABV, at least 3 years old. Now, for full disclosure, I did reach out to Rabbit Hole for a sample. They were kind enough to send over this bottle for us to take a look at, so just keeping that transparency going. So I'm a huge fan of Rabbit Hole, and actually their Boxer Grail Rye was my first rye that I fell in love with. Up until that point, I really hadn't found one that I could really claim that I was like, I love rye whiskey. And Derringer is on a whole nother level, being aged in the PX sherry casks. Beautiful bottles. This one I'm extremely excited and interested about. So a few things that we know that Rabbit Hole does across their lineup is a lower entry proof for the spirit to the barrel. Batch sizes are 15 barrels. They use charred and toasted casks along with no chill filtration. So a lot of great things to help keep in all the beautiful flavors of a whiskey. And this one is not only a 4-grain, but it also is a triple malt. So I've never had anything like that. And because they keep that transparency, we know a mash bill. They're using 70% corn, 10% malted wheat, 10% honey malted barley, and 10% malted barley. I had to look that last one up real quick because I knew it was quite a process on it. So I don't even know what to expect here because that's not something we see common across any bounds of spirits in general. So let's go ahead and hop into things. As always, we're going to be trying it 2 different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add just a drop of water, see if anything changes up. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff. If you're interested in the other reviews that I've done over Rabbit Hole's products, those will be linked up above and down below, along with a link to their website, so you go check them out for yourself, learn a little bit about their process. I love their personalized cork tops on there too. Bottle shapes, the etched rabbit on the front. They truly go above and beyond, in my opinion, on things. Beautiful color. Look at that color. Again, 47.5, so pretty unique ABV number on that. I love when places actually kind of delve in a little bit deeper and do something unique because it tells me they're honing in a specific note or flavor profile in general. All right, let's go for notes. Ooh, that is sweet caramel. Very malty though. Surprisingly, it's almost bringing across a spice note in there. I'm not sure which of the malted options are doing that. Could be the honey malted. Maybe that's what I'm getting, a bit of the kind of a spicy honey note. Nice simple vanilla in there, but the malted notes, there is almost an earthy smokiness going on, which not like a peated or something that's been physically smoked. Like I've had smoked bourbons and things of that nature. But there is almost an earthy smokiness in there. It might be how the malted barley is playing with things. That's definitely possible. But the honey is rich and dark. A little bit of apple sweetness in there too. And again, there is a spice layer in here that reminds me of a nice simple rye. But there's no rye in this. The barley is nice and light. It doesn't overtake the glass. The oak layer as well is very beautiful, rich and vibrant. A little bit of mintiness, almost maple too. Man, this is really changing up. That is probably the most uniquely done bourbon whiskey. And I was expecting something unique, being that it's both 4-grain and triple malt going on. They did not disappoint on the nose. Let's see how the taste goes. Oh my God. Honey sweet, bit of barley on the taste as well. And then it goes into a bit of smokiness. There's definitely a nice, simple layer of smoked element going on here. The corn sweetness is there, a little bit of dustiness, nice solid oaky, charry layer, bit of vanilla and caramel playing with it too. That is a good sip. Second sip here, I'm getting a bit more of the corn dustiness, but I'm also getting a bit of orange in here, and it reminds me of like a dehydrated orange for like a cocktail. So it's kind of I want to say it's a light orange, but it's got more of a dustiness to it as well. I think that corn layer's playing with it too. But you still get that lovely charriness from there. The smokiness is kind of showing up. And again, it's not like a peated element at all, but it's got this reminiscent of smoke, almost like next day campfire, just a little bit of smokiness in the air. This is just a good sipper. Maybe the smokiness is coming from that toasted barrel because it is almost going in tangent with that charry layer. So it's definitely possible. The finish on it is beautiful and long. Just a nice simple oakiness, corn layers, and a little bit of the barley still rides its way through to the end. Beautiful sip. That is a great example of something unique when it comes to a mash bill. Okay. Let's add a little drop of water, see what changes up. Under most circumstances, adding water to something like this might make it go a little bit more mute, but it also might help us find some additional layers in the neat version, or in general, just might be something different. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. All right, let's go for notes on the water version. Oh, it just got a little sweeter. Oh, that apple is coming out of there now. Bit of charriness is showing up on the nose even more now. A little sweet. Definitely the sweet layers are going beautiful. Apple skins. Like Granny Smith apple skins. Grain is showing up. You get that corn on the nose now. Bit of barley in there too. You get that kind of barley youth note. If you've ever been around any other kind of like Irish or Scotch of, you know, something that's a little bit on the younger side, you get a little bit of that barley going on. Vanilla. And you actually get a bit of the orange on the nose now too. Oh, that's got so much more rich and depth to it now. I'm getting a bit of the orange charriness on the nose here on the neat version. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, let's go for taste on the water version. Oh, that's just as good. So I'm getting a bit more of the corn sweetness, but I'm also getting a little bit more barley on the taste. The honey elements don't quite show up as much, which is no fault to it. Sometimes those waters can break up some of the oils and just really mix up some of those flavors in there. But overall, it's very similar on the taste. You don't get quite as much of the orange or the fruitiness on the taste, but you definitely get a bit of the barley and the corn and the char and the vanillas and the caramel. Still everything in a good solid bourbon whiskey. You're just missing out on that malt layer. Yeah, that's a night and day different. The neat version has all the beautiful smoky, charry layers on top of all that barley going on. The honey notes are really present in this version. Over here, it goes a little bit more simple. Not that it's a bad thing, but you are missing out on that char, that bit of smoke, and all those complexity of that barley, especially that honey layer going on. This isn't bad at all. It's a really solid sip. However, all your flavors and complexities are over here. That is a beautiful sip. I love it. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So in my market, this runs about $56 to $60, and looking online, this can go upwards to 70 plus. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I planned on picking this up whether I was sent a sample or not because I really love what Rabbit Hole does. And in my market for $56, this is a great buy. The complexity of a unique mash bill and grain are really showcased so well here on another level, to be honest. Honestly, in today's market, having all the uniqueness that Rabbit Hole does with their barreling process, going with a 4-grain and triple malt as well, it's not uncommon to see a higher price tag on it. And honestly, the flavor profile comes across, it definitely demands a higher price tag on it because it is just beautifully done. This is a great example of a bourbon whiskey stepping up its game, in my opinion. And again, if you're interested in anything Rabbit Hole is doing, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Rabbit Hole Cavehill Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I even like it might not.